Here's how I've been able to turn one Zoom recording into 24 posts every single week. So last week, I set up a system where I could take a Zoom recording, and by Friday, that had been turned into an absolutely amazing content system distributed across all the different platforms, 24 in total across 5 different platforms: TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. I built it all myself without needing to rely on other tools. There's Opus Clip and scheduling, all these other things you could use. I used just what I already had, which is I used Go High Level as my CRM, and I was using Claude as my AI. And it's really exciting. In fact, I'm going to show you right now how it looks, the output, because it's pretty incredible. And then I'm going to explain how to do it. And I have a PDF for you. Here's the PDF here that I'll send to you, exactly how to do it. So it's taken me a good 30 hours to figure this out. So here is the output. You can see on my CRM here every single day across this next week. You can see the date. I'll just move this a little bit. You can see that there's amazing content getting posted across YouTube. You can see it's getting here blog posts here on LinkedIn. You can see here it is on TikTok. You can see here it is again on YouTube, and here's even Facebook, and here is Instagram. Okay, so this was all from just one video that I did here in the Freedom Experiment. And I thought, well, the first thing I need to be able to do in this Freedom Experiment is to be able to take this content and be able to get it out there to the world. And I have created you a full content engine download, which I'll be able to give you a link to at the end of this session, or probably underneath this video in the description, actually. So let me explain a little bit about what I had to do to be able to create this. But firstly, here's why most content systems fail, is that there's so many moving parts, and you as the creator, not only do you have to research it, then you have to record it, you have to have the right equipment, then you have to edit it, then you have to post it, then you have to schedule it. Up until 6 months ago, this required a social media manager, a video editor, a blog writer. And these, copywriters or blog writers were different to video editors. And then even video editors to do your clips, they didn't know what clips to actually pick out. So I've been able to solve this. It's about a $15,000 a month system. And all you have to do is come up with the idea. In fact, my next video, I'm going to explain to you my market researching system that I've created to give me all the ideas and content, but maybe not next session, maybe in a few sessions. I'm still just working it out. And so to take all of that and turn it into a repeatable system, that all I have to do is turn up here at my office, press record on Zoom, and everything else happens. Okay. So there's 3 different layers to this. Okay. And the first is the capture layer. And so this is where you capture good content. So right now I'm recording this on Zoom. And the reason why I used Zoom is you can actually use the cloud function, which creates an automatic transcription. And since it's saved in the cloud, the AI can grab it straight from the cloud and start processing. It took a little bit of coding, a little bit of planning. Well, a little bit, it took me a week to get this done. Okay. And so what this does is it gives you everything that the AI needs. Okay. The second is really the hero, the processing of it all. Okay. So the first thing the AI does is it takes that transcript and it finds particular things I've asked it to find out: contrarian views, big secrets, big hooks. It goes and finds those in the timestamps and writes all the clips and writes a blog. It does all of the writing. That is the second layer that it does. And so, well, to train the AI on how to write good blogs, and you'll need to do this too, is I shared blogs that I loved and templates that I've already done and things I think are great, and got to create an architecture of that. I also showed it what sort of clips I'm after: contrarian, story, problem, solution orientation. There's 6 or 7 different hooks that I told it to look for: the secret hooks, a system hook, a unique mechanism. So I said, look for these. These are going to be great little 1-minute clips. Okay. And then I trained it on what looks best on Instagram and Facebook and these things. Okay. Also, by the way, as a side note, I also had to put in some branding documents of how I wanted this to be branded. Okay. And so then what happens next is, once it's done all the writing and it's got all of this, it then goes to the next layer, which is then to do the video. So the first thing it does is it gets all of the different clips and turns those into little clips. It creates a highlight package of just the clips, and it edits really quickly a bit of B-roll, puts captions on it all, And the output is a YouTube video to go on YouTube, which might be the one you're watching now. And it is a clip for every single one of the different platforms, clipped in the right way. Okay. So the next layer is now we need to post this. So once I'd got that sorted and organized, I then thought I don't really want to then have to go and get all of this and post on every single channel. So what I decided to use was the Go High Level Social Planner. Okay, that's what I already use for my CRM. I've never used it in the way that I'm using it now. I've never done any of the social planning. So it took a little bit of time. I needed to connect all my different accounts to it. And then I needed to create a little bit of a structure of how I wanted it posted and get the AI to automatically take the outputs and post it into the planner. So I created a structure, and you'll see this in the download. So, 6 a.m. on Mondays, a long form YouTube, and then there's the shorts, the TikTok, everything else. And remember, there are 24 posts across 5 platforms. Okay. And all of this is all happening automatically. Okay. So it connects it to the social planner where I can review any of the content. I had to delete a couple that didn't kind of come out the way I wanted. And then from there, it's going to trigger and be posting. If you're watching this, which you are, obviously, since you're watching this, you're actually consuming the output of this whole system. All I did was shoot the Zoom video, and everything else was taken care of. And so bringing this back to my freedom movement and what I'm doing here on this channel is I've spent the last decade of my life building companies, digital marketing companies, and then an amazing conscious education company. And my new excitement is really freeing humanity and going, how can we create freedom and do what matters most and have meaning and have purpose? And so I'm going to be documenting my journey of how I take my current company. It's a multi-million-dollar company, about $200,000 a month. How do I take that business and fully turn it into an AI operating system to have all of my staff have freedom so that we can do more of what matters most? Okay. And that's what's really important, because most people miss that. The point of the freedom system and the movement isn't to be able to just make more money and do more things you hate. It's to be able to make your impact in the world, to make the money, and then have space and time to do what matters most. That's the whole point. There's many people out there that have made loads more money than I have. And there's many people out there that have created huge movements, but do they have freedom and do they have meaning? Because that's what I'm most excited. That's who I love to look up to. People who've, yes, they've done those things like I have as well, but what they've got is meaning and purpose. So look, if you want to have this, I have created a download, a playbook for you. And it's a big gift. It's taken me a lot of time to figure this out. So the playbook is here. Okay. And look, the playbook is going to give you some prompts. What you can do, you just need to have Claude Code. It's completely free. You don't need to opt in or anything. It's got all the different layers of how to do it, the prompts to use, the schedule, everything else, so that you can plug it straight in and you can make it happen. All you need to have is a Claude Code account. If you've got any questions, ask them below on this video. And stay tuned, because I am going to be putting out a lot of content on how we're building this and what we're doing as we go forward into creating this freedom-based AI operating system. So hope you enjoyed that. Let me know below if you've got any questions. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.